So you may not know this about me, but Garten of BanBan is my favorite game. The best thing is, you know, the drone. Okay, I've never actually played the game before, but Markiplier's playthroughs are enough for me to make a theory on the newest chapter about to be released by the Euphoric Brothers called Anti-Devil, with this new BanBan as the center of focus on this logo called Flumbo. However, the center of interest to me is BanBan's death, as remember he died to Sir Dadadoo by sacrificing himself, or did he? Also, my throat feels like hell and my upper body is super sore, so that's why I sound like a dead person. Enjoy!
Someone's always watching me. Someone's always there.
We start at Garten of BanBan Chapter 0, waking up in a random testing room. We are introduced to ourselves as an experiment, more specifically a worker or scientist who has been transferred by the substance called guvanium, compounds V whatever. We'll learn more about that later. However, we must answer some questions to see if we can remember who we once were. But after this, BanBan enter the room to show us around, and we are actually introduced to everyone, but the weird thing is that they're nice to us.
Listen, new guy. I only speak with those that are exceptionally smart and are as interested in knowledge as I am. You don't look like you even know what your case number is.
I mean, sure, they're a bit rude to one another, but they actually share good intentions. A stark difference to now.
Why is it? Am I supposed to run? How you doing? Hi. How you doing? What the fuck does that mean?
Skipping a lot of useless stuff, BanBan comes into our room at night with a flashlight. He shows us a giant door which, spoiler alert, contains a big worm dragon thing. But we need like 5 people to open the door. And this is where we find out that Nab and BanBan are actually best buds, which we kinda do see when BanBan hugs Nab, only to stab him in the back with a needle, literally and figuratively, turning him into his demon form, starting his villain arc. But we rescue Bittergiggle, then recruit Kittysaurus and open the door. Was one of the most saddest sacrifices in video game history being made. Nab will be missed, so we run away as even more of our comrades get eaten, but then fall into a cave with baby BanBan and this mushroom flashlight thing. But surprise, the snake beast appeared behind us and we start running. But eventually BanBan gets pissed and turns into his demon form, literally and figuratively, starting his villain arc. Yeah, I said that joke twice, do something about it. And well, let's just say the coolest Goku anime-like fight scene happened. Literal chills, no lie. But as our friends squirt us out of the snake's mouth, we are asked to play hide and seek. But guess what? As you remember when we peeled off the person in the closet that was teased for chapter 8 was Flumbo. So that is the twist of chapter 0, which is that we are Flumbo. But how does this relate to BanBan? Well, it shows that Flumbo is going to assist the player in chapter 8 by freeing, not killing, BanBan.
Someone's always watching me. Someone's always there.
That's great and all, but are we not going to discuss the literal goo that turns objects into living beings and is weirdly extremely explosive, as well as being a secret element and a genome? Now, obviously this goo is just used to move the plot forward, but we have some fundamentals of this substance which I have just stated. So just like Compound V, in the boys was A-Train, the more you take, the more powerful you are, except without the whole heart disease and strokes. Yeah, that's just A-Train's skill issue, but we know this. this because of how the saddest betrayal in the entire GOBCU, you know, the Garten of BanBan cinematic universe, very complex by the way, where we see Nab Nab turning into his anti-devil form and distracting Sir Dadadu. He fails, but I guess buys time for BanBan Bittergill and the player to escape. So I guess guvanium makes you bigger, stronger, and demon-like. But when we look at anti-devil BanBan, we see him covered in this guvanium, in the same place where we left off in BanBan 0. So did he kill all the other experiments? Because visibly, he looks way more shredded than any other version we have seen of him before. And we know the more experiments he kills, the stronger he gets as they bleed guvanium. We saw BanBan covered in the substance after he killed the giant worm thing.
Someone's always watching me. Someone's always there.
Now it's time for the golden question. What will happen in chapter 8? Well, at least to me, I think BanBan will return back to normal and be saved. I guarantee we still have like one more chapter left though. But why do I think BanBan will be saved? It's because before his anti-devil side was triggered by intense emotions and anger, he was always able to bring himself back to normal. It was just extremely hard. In fact, his anti-devil version of himself started all the way back before BanBan 0, when a scientist's genome was used to make BanBan, in which BanBan thought he was the scientist. In fact, he believed he was the scientist so badly that they actually brought BanBan and the scientist who gave him this genome together in the same room to talk. But BanBan got extremely hostile, so hostile that they put him into isolation. They thought making another experiment like him called BanBalina would help calm him down, but it made it worse, which is then where we find him when he knocks us out. So it seems like his anti-devil form is something he can't control, but something he fights to get rid of. So probably the chapter will start off with us finding Flumbo in the closet and using him to help us defeat and save anti-devil BanBan.
Someone's always watching me. Someone's always there.
So what happens after chapter 8? Well, as I said, there is probably one more chapter after this one. As remember, we are a parent who came to Garten of BanBan to rescue our child, but somehow got mixed into all this tomfoolery with like 100 mascots and like 9 to 10 levels of fun. So I'm sure BanBan will survive. And as we know from the naughty ones who infected Bittergiggle, who was able to get rid of this virus they infected him with, after getting his butt whooped, of course. It's the same for BanBan. I can already see the epic boss fight, Flumbo versus BanBan, both anti-devil form. Awesome. So yeah, that's my theory. Shorter than usual, but it's Garten of BanBan. I'm sure not even the developers know their storyline, because it's actually pretty complex, I dare say, on the level of Fortnite storyline. So please subscribe, leave us some feedback, and like the video. Any support is super appreciated. And good old on. Now I've been gone for over 2 weeks. Why have I been gone? Laziness. But that's not the only reason. I am learning how to do Blender. Yes, look at this cool block animation I made. Awesome, isn't it? I know. So I hope in maybe a couple more theories I can start implementing this Blender stuff and hopefully improve my content, possibly on the level of Alex Bale. That's a good theory right there. So, goodbye!